Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back. It's your boys, N.E.O, the pod, covering seasons 1 through 4 of The Boys on Amazon Prime. It's your boy, NeekCinco, and your boy, MoeBlak.
Oh,
MoeBlak, say what
Blak,
up to the people. What's goody?
Blak here, episode 37. Nigga and
Yes.
Saint covering boys. Let's go.
Yeah, man, with the series finale in the final season coming up, we figured we'd get into it. This is my first time watching it. I know Moa said this is your second time, right?
Yeah, this is my second time going through it.
All right.
Second time going through seasons 1 through 4. Definitely um the same thrill ride you get as the first time because this shit is a mess.
A thrill ride, all right. Yeah.
Shit is a mess. So you definitely get the same chaos and madness. You know what I mean? Every season, and season 4 actually, I feel like it kind of tops it off. Um, a
It
little
really
bit.
gets to a boiling
Kind
point right there in season 4.
yeah, you don't think that it can go further, but they find a way.
Yeah,
They find
I'm
a
not
way to
gonna
go
lie. These
further.
guys always find a way to push the limits even further. Poor bro. Gets stuck in all the shitty situations. Let me
I'm
preface
just thinking
this.
of the last. That's crazy. I'm thinking of the last 5 minutes of season 4. And I'm
That's what
like,
I'm
damn.
saying.
So
That's what I'm saying. But
they had
let
to
me
do
preface this with
it.
we should have been back with a video already. My technical difficulties on my end messed it all up. We talked about this some of this stuff already, and bro, MM was going through it when we last touched on this, and he's gone through it even more since we last touched on it for myself at least. So my boy MM just cannot catch a break right now. I mean, should we just talk about some of the weird stuff that's happened in this show?
I mean, the elephant in the room. Like, why is he targeted for all the penises in this show?
The same dude always catches him, right? Like it's always.
Why? What's going on?
I'm,
Like, why?
I
What's up
don't know
with?
his name. I'm gonna call him the Dangler.
It's so bad that when MM sees the penis, he's like, not again. Like he recognizes the penis. Like that's crazy. Like that's fucking weird. Like he's traumatized by this man's penis. Like
Yo,
that's
this dude
crazy.
MM has been through it. He then come across the Dangler like 3 times in this show. He also has been nutted on a big old load.
Yo, yeah, what was that? That was season 3. That was
Yup,
season
yup.
3.
The hero
Like,
gasm
that was
episode
crazy.
got covered from here down to like his belt area, all in just like superhero whoa, which is crazy.
When they showed the wide shot, that was too nasty. Like that shit was crazy. It like snot. It was a bunch of snot on him. It was so fucking it was
Nah,
disgusting.
it
Like
looked
oh,
like what it was supposed to look like, but
I know I was like
yuck.
God, just disgusting.
Um, I mean, everybody went through this, but they were in the whale. They crashed into the whale. MM obviously has like an OCD, and they just keep putting it to him, right? Like,
Yeah, yo, they definitely like and he's like the perfect person for that because like he's the one always cleaning, scene with the little dollhouse and like I think it was like season 2 and 3. Even in the last season when he's like going through his own mental, what I'm saying, anxieties thing and stuff like that. But he's still the same, what I'm saying, very neat person who needs
he's still
everything in
mother's
order
milk
and
at the end
everything.
of the day.
And he finds himself in the most chaotic, but it makes good TV. You know what I mean?
I ain't
It makes
gonna
good
lie, for
TV.
him
So
being a mere human, he be down. He'll go grab a shotgun and think he about to kill soups, and I be just like, okay, man, whatever you say, whatever you
he
say.
went toe to toe with Soldier Boy. He went toe to toe with Soul. He tried to go toe to toe with Soldier Boy.
So it's funny. One thing that stood out to me is that he noticeably gets smaller in seasons 3 and 4, but it doesn't
Yes.
really hit me until like season 4 what is going on with MM. So like, because he faints and all that stuff, and then they tell you why, and I'm like, oh. So that's why he's been increasingly getting smaller as the show goes on. Is because he was dealing with his own shit in his own ways and his own health issues. So small.
Wait. What's his health issues? I'm confused. What's his health
Um,
issues?
didn't he have like a heart attack, bro?
He did have a. I thought it was just an anxiety attack.
Yeah,
I
but
thought it was a
he
bad
basically was like
anxiety.
saying, "Yo, my health is all fucked up over this shit and all that stuff. Like I'm fainting and I'm no good to nobody." And like, think about that. Stress was eating away at him. That he's now this smaller figure instead of who
Okay.
he was.
Oh,
Because think about it. In
okay.
season
Yes.
one, MM was huge.
Yes. Yeah. No, but yes. Well, I did. I definitely noticed the change. Honestly, you said season 3 and 4. I've only noticed the change in season 4. It
Well, like
when
toward the
like as
end,
soon
he
as I
kind.
seen him in season 4, I was like, oh,
I think what at the end of season three, he starts working for Mallory Grace. Yeah, Mallory Grace, where he like cuts his hair, some of his facial hair off. He's just rocking the mustache. Whenever he just starts rocking
yeah.
the mustache, he looks noticeably smaller from there on out.
Mm. Okay, yeah,
So
yeah. I
like
mean,
what?
that would make a change in any man, though. You know what I mean? We cut our shit off right now. We gonna be looking like,
Yeah, you're right. But this is like all after like the Soldier Boy thing happened when they all left. Remember, because they did do kind of like a time jump between that time when they found out he was on Temp V and everything went to shit and Soldier Boy didn't kill Homelander and stuff. So it makes
right,
sense
yeah.
that like stress also weighed on him also if that was the case at that point. So I thought that was interesting. What else? The termite dude, the fake Ant Man and his nasty ass.
Yeah, that was the beginning of season 3. That was crazy. That was very uncomfortable for me. I didn't
Yeah, he
understand
showed
why
up
he ran through
twice.
that like that. That was crazy. They just showed everything that I didn't want to see, you know. But like, he's in this man's asshole. Like, come on, man. And
Yeah, I
he's
don't
like
know why
getting
they was doing
tickled,
that
and
to
then
us.
he grows. He
Nah.
grows because he's like he sneezes or some shit.
Oh, it was just standing in the
Bro,
middle of that guy's waist. Like that shit was
bro,
wild.
nigga,
Cause as soon as
his
I seen his face,
ass.
I was like, "Oh, he's gonna sneeze and blow up, isn't he?" And then he did it,
Come
and I was like,
on,
"This
come
is
on,
why you.
fake
This
Ant-Man.
is why you gotta have a limit to your nastiness. Cause this is what can happen."
Like, how you get to the point in your life where you want a little ass man in your asshole? Like, you bugging. What
Yeah,
the
but see,
fuck
that's not
going
even
on?
where he was when he blew up and killed the dude, bro. Like, so that's the crazier part about it is he wasn't even in there. But
Oh my god, he was in there. Oh my god, that's even worse. Oh my god, this show has to go.
nah, this show is crazy,
This
bro.
show,
Like, I don't get it, but like,
no, but you know what's crazy? We talking about all the madness. We judging to the madness. The story's actually an okay story. It's an
no,
okay story. Let's
it
start
is
from
a solid
let's go
story.
to season one. Huh?
It is a solid story. I'll give the we'll just kind of like jump in and out with each other, I guess. You know, they start the story and A Train, the scene that everybody knows from the show, if you ever seen the show at all, even if you saw one episode, everybody knows A Train run into Huey's girlfriend to start the show. This is where we start off.
That was very dope. That's very cool.
I
Like
thought
that was a
season one
very
was very well
right.
handled. Actually, I thought season one was very well handled because just to jump to the end to see where Huey comes from that moment at the beginning to seeing him blowing up translucent toward the end of the season, and actually that's like the last episode of the season where he's just like a whole
I
new
feel like
person
nah, I feel
covered in
like
blood.
when he blew up translucent, I feel like that's the first episode of the season, bro. Or first or second episode. Honestly.
Nah, because Homelander was out hunting for them and all that stuff. I think they kidnapped Translucent early in the show.
Oh, maybe they kidnapped. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Cause
no,
remember
yeah, they knocked
they
him
couldn't
out
find
early in
out how
the
to
show.
kill Translucent for a while.
Yeah, yeah, they knocked him out. Yeah, they had to put the dynamite or some shit up his ass and some shit, and they
Yeah,
blew him
that
up.
was part of the whole getting the band back together because they went to Frenchie to go figure out how to kill Translucent, and then they found MM after they killed Translucent because they told him that they killed Translucent. And he was like, "Yo, how'd y'all do that?"
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
how they
Nah, yeah,
baited
you right
him back
about
in.
that.
But yeah, I felt like that was a very interesting ride to see, especially from the emotional perspective of Huey, like lashing out on people and because he wanted to get an apology from A Train and stuff like that, and A Train just being a prick about it.
What was up with Huey's dad? Like treating him like such like a kid like that. That was kind of weird for me.
I
He was
feel
like,
like
"You're
they
just a kid."
I feel like they do a good job of touching on that in the last season in that episode because this is like this is actually my favorite episode that I'm about to mention. The episode where Huey's father passes away. I felt like they do a good job of like giving you why his dad is the way he is with him in those episodes
No
leading up to
school,
that.
yeah, yeah. I guess he was, he was very protective of him because of the mom, leaving. But
Hmm.
I think yeah, those episodes, it was like a two episodes. Like one when he got the power and he started killing people and like not knowing, and then the other episode was when he was like kind of chasing the mom.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
like, all right, now that shit was funny. He was
But
like,
I
bitch, you left.
but I think where you get that is where he tells him the story about their cat Jar Jar, and he was basically saying like, Huey, you're the type of person who doesn't know how to let go. And I think
Right.
that's the why he handles him in a certain way because he doesn't want to. He's trying to help him with that, but not trying to break his heart at the same time. So he's trying to be like the understanding father and just coddle his son instead of like being harsh on him and being like, "Yo, the world, you gotta let this shit go and move on." So that's kind of like why his dynamic with Huey is the way it is, in my perspective.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I understand like being a protective parent and stuff like that, and you seeing your child as a certain way, and you like, but also, I feel like the dad was just a little bit enmeshed with him because he was just he was an adult, like you know what I mean. And I remember him just that line in season one. He was like when one he told him he ain't have it in him, like he ain't got that, like he's like, "See, Huey, you ain't got that dog in you, basically."
Yeah.
And then I remember he was like you're a kid, like you're a kid, you're my kid,
Well, that
and
was
I
a huge
understand
part
like
of
that.
Huey's character at the beginning of the show. Remember, is that like he don't got it in him. That was the whole
Right?
conversation that
Yeah,
him and
yeah, he
Robin
did
were
have it.
having.
He did.
Yeah, him and Robin were having that whole conversation at the beginning of the show about him talking to his boss about a raise or something like that, and he was like, "Oh, I ain't get to it today yet, but tomorrow and stuff like that." And that's why his dad was the way
Yeah,
he is
yeah,
because
yeah.
that's who Huey was at the beginning of the show. Was a kid that needed people to be there for him. But
He
after meeting
grew up.
Butcher,
He
yeah,
grew up,
after meeting
man.
Butcher, that's why I think the translucent is super important because he takes a turn right there when he gets the blood on all over him. When that blood's on him and he looks at that sign, it's like, don't get your blood on your hands or something like that. And it's like, oh, well, he
Yeah,
did get blood on his hands, and now it's a whole new game for him. So that's how
yeah.
that felt.
He doing some wild shit like in seasons two, three. He was definitely like doing things opposite of like how he started his character. So yeah, I could definitely
Up through the
that
10
character
V arc,
development.
right? Up to the 10 V arc, he's very much willing
Yeah.
to do a lot of things that he's not normally willing. Well, increasingly gets more willing to do things he's not normally willing to do.
My favorite character is Newman, and I was kind of upset that she died in season four.
I did. I was a little upset that Newman died when I seen that at the end. I was like, "Fuck you, Butcher! Butcher, fuck you!"
This motherfucking alien in your stomach type shit. Like this is crazy, man. I'm like, this
Yo,
is
but
wild.
I
But his
was also
powers
upset with
is
Newman.
okay, I guess.
I was also upset
Huh?
with Newman that she, injected her own daughter with Compound V. But I see why because Homelander was creating a world for soups, and the only way to protect yourself is to make yourself into a soup, or just die
Yeah.
not being a soup. Cause look at Ashley at the end of the show. She even ran in there and injected herself with some Compound V. We don't even know what happened to
She was about
Ashley.
to turn into a motherfucking that nigga who tried to kill Captain America and Red Hulk. And what's
Red
his name?
Skull, whatever his name is.
Name of the brain
Oh,
damn.
MoeDoc, is that who you talking about from Ant Man?
Nah, the nigga with the green on his head. Remember the Red Hawk before he was experimenting on him, he was locked him up. I forgot his name.
Oh,
We can't
Emil.
we not thinking
Emil? You said the Red Hulk?
Nah, I remember like the nigga who turned the nigga into the Red Hulk. What's his name?
Oh, the leader, whatever his name is, Mr. Green from the
Leader.
original
Yeah,
Hulk movie. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
She
yeah. I
was like
get you.
into the leader and shit because that fucking wig came off. She look all crazy and
She gonna be like, Sister
shit,
Sage, you thought you were smart. I'm even smarter than you.
man. She was like,
Who's a
bitch,
dumbass
meet me.
now?
Sister Sage was an interesting addition.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
it was she was a cool addition. I wasn't like wowed by her, but she was cool. Like she like the little she brought the little plot twist in it.
This
I
show knows how
guess.
to do stereotypes with, I guess, without offending people. Because honestly, I'm surprised that more of this show doesn't offend people.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it does, man. But the shit. I don't think the show cared about any of that. It didn't care about cancel culture. It didn't care about nothing.
Which is
Like
good.
we just we yeah yeah.
Which is actually really good. I mean, to go back to season one though, we get that ride of them finding out that soups aren't even born soups; they're made soups through Compound V, because Vault is basically just pimping out superheroes and shit like that, just trying to get their coins up and stuff. And and honestly, that's a big chunk of what the boys is about pimping out your product until it turns on you in a sense, basically. Because that's all they were doing is manipulating them, getting their bread, and then Homelander basically said, "Enough, I'm in power now," and then so just started
Yeah.
taking everything over.
I like what's this guy name? What's his that the smooth guy. You know his name. Guillermo or something like that. So what's his name?
Oh, Giancarlo Esposito. You're talking about Stan Edgar.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
I like it. Now, could you say how they was super powering them up, kind of shopping them around into like throwing them out and stuff like that. He was doing that like, what I'm saying, on like an expert level, like with them, like he was just getting, you know what I mean? And the conflict with him and Newman, I was like, that was a twist for me, like in the thing, you know what I mean? For him to have that soup daughter protected like that and all that, and then for her to turn on him way she did and stuff like that to protect her daughter from Homelander and all that other stuff. Well, she basically went on the side of Homelander when Homelander was going against him and shit like that. Like that whole conflict and shit like that. I was feeling that. You know what I mean? I was feeling that. That was like a little side story away from
That was cool stuff that
the
they were doing. Is that like because I feel like that's the cool stuff that actually kept me in captured is when they start finding out there's soups that aren't even identifying as soups right now. They're just in hiding and stuff like that.
right.
Because
Like she was like about to be a president. Wasn't she a president or vice president?
she was vice president trying to become the president, and before that could all go down, Butcher ripped her in half. But yeah, I thought that was just an excellent way to handle the show. If they weren't going to do a whole bunch of action, it was going to become like almost like the Secret Invasion show where I forget what those aliens are called. They're just blending in with humans, and you don't know. The Marvel joint.
Scrolls.
Yeah, the
The
scrolls.
scrolls.
Yeah, yeah. It's like the superheroes are basically scrolls. Some of them are just out in the open, and then the other ones are just hiding in plain day. You never know. And she was getting away with head popping motherfuckers, and nobody had a clue for the longest that it was Victoria Newman because she was acting as an
Yeah,
ally
she
to the
was
start.
crazy.
She
Her
was
power
acting like she
was
was
dope. I like
anti-vault
it.
and all that stuff.
Shooting and everything. She was like, she was definitely just one of them. Yeah, but her shooting up her daughter was kind of like fucking. It was good. I got understood it, but the power that she got, I did not like that. I didn't
I
like
was
that
like,
power at
damn,
all.
that's what you got, little girl. Yeah, you gotta get these little things coming out your mouth. Like, what is
I'm like,
that,
yo,
bro?
come
But I
on.
guess you don't control what you get as a suit.
Like she had like snakes coming out. That was crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow, ass.
I'm trying to think what else
Like that.
happens in this season. Starlight shines a light and exposes that the Compound V is what's going on. Think. Oh,
What season we talking about? Season
we're
one?
still on season one. Yeah. Before Victoria Newman is even close to being the VP, Madeline Stillwell is in. is in charge of the superheroes at Vought, and what her plan was is to get the superheroes into the military so they could have more power under Vaught's control. Um, these guys, they find out that these guys are creating super terrorists and villains just so they can which is very if you're a conspiracy theorist, everybody always believes that governments like to feed you fear so they can sell you a solution, and that's exactly what Vaught's mindset was to create these villainous soups so they can then sell you the solution in Homelander and the Seven and all this stuff. So that
And
was an
now, because
interesting.
Homelander went against went behind their back and did that. The first super terrorist.
Yes, because he just went and killed him and killed other people too. But hey, I guess stuff
Yep.
happens, you know. That's saving the world. And I think another thing they handle well is they give everybody moments where you can be compassionate toward a character, even if you don't like a character. There's a moment where you're like, "Damn, they was going. Life was hard on you, wasn't it?" And shit like that. Because like Homelander, you could see where he wasn't really a super psycho at the beginning of the show. Like the Homelander you get toward the end and in the middle of the show definitely had to be a transition to get there. Because Homelander wasn't
He
like
had to
this.
snap someone.
He thought he was better than humans, but he wasn't out here. It's like, yo, we need to just get rid of them all. Like he had little feelings like that because of how he was treated, but he wasn't acting on it. He was in control. The more that people manipulated
I
him and he
think how
started
he
catching on, the more he was just like, F this, doing what I want. Who cares what the humans want? The regulars, the normies.
I mean, he talks about how he was treated multiple times during the show. He talks about how he didn't have the parents and stuff, like he didn't have the dad in the yard and the mom and with the cookie recipes and all that stuff. When he just only had like scientists, and he was like a lab rat. And yeah, that definitely would have like I guess they showed that what in season 3 or 4. Not later on in
Pretty much
season
in both,
when he
honestly, because they constantly
does
talk
he
about
doesn't
his
he go
need for
back?
love.
Well, matter of fact, I think in season 2 he actually goes back, but they don't show it. He goes back to get an answer from one of them. But they mention it. But then in season 4, they show him going
Oh,
back
when
to
he goes
the
back to the old
scientist, and
dude's
that's
house,
when
yeah. Remember he went and talked to
yeah,
that old dude
I
trying
think
to
that
get
was season
answers.
3.
Vogelbaum.
Yeah, yeah. But then season 4, that's when he goes back. He makes the old man like beat his meat in front of everybody. Man, that shit is crazy, man.
Hey,
That
yo,
shit was
this
wild.
dude Homelander, he's definitely a more menacing person as the show goes on, and that is a welcomed increase. Like the incline that he's going, because I can only imagine what he's about to be doing in season 5, bro.
Like,
he is just getting
fix-
wilder and wilder, bro. He left that lady. What's her name? Barbara. He left her in the bad room with all the dead
oh yeah,
bodies.
it
just
was
just sit there with it, lady.
that was crazy. Yeah. Then the
And
one before he laid
and he
and
zapped
penis,
his. Yeah, I was just about to say he zapped his joint off. And he cooked that other dude.
and he cooked it over, dude. That was
Frank.
crazy. Let's
Frank.
go
He
with the
cooked
Melon
Frank.
Stingo though. I appreciated how he killed her. That death was pretty
It
cool.
looked
Cause we're
cool.
talking about how he killed.
What happened to
That was
that
that. Was,
kid?
that.
I don't know. I don't remember what happened to her kid.
Oh yeah, they never said. Oh yeah, he saved the baby the same time he saved Butcher. Remember Butcher
Yeah,
pressed
I
the
know. I know
button, blew
that
the
much,
thing.
but I'm saying, what happens after that? Like this kid just is like erased from existence, never to be seen again.
I
No,
wonder if
no
that baby was
meaning
a
for the
soup.
story.
You think she made her own baby a soup?
Maybe who's the kid's dad? I don't even know. Like, is it
Hmm.
Homelander?
That baby's
Mm.
probably a super baby. Probably a
Ryan,
super baby.
Ryan got a brother right there, and he don't even know it. Homelander hiding shit.
But Ryan's character development is it's a little funny. I feel like he's a kid easily influenced by whoever like has the his lead. You know what I mean? Like so, we see him go through where they introduce him. He's just his mom's kid. He's a sweet kid, whatever. Then his dad abruptly enters his life. He even tries to bring the Nazi bitch into his life. You know what I
Homelander
mean?
was
And
killing me at those moments when he was like just overriding Becca, and I'm just like, yo, you're just in this woman's house, like trying to run shit, bro. Like it's crazy. Like make breakfast. Like
wow.
what? Make breakfast? You don't even live here, dog.
Like, yo, you gotta think about that shit. That whole shit was wild because he dead ass raped her like years
Yeah, and that's
ago.
how
So
that come
like
to be.
now,
Like honestly, he was
yeah,
showing
now he's
Ryan
gonna
a
run
really
her
abusive
house.
relationship with his mother when he was around. Cause like Ryan probably wasn't saying nothing, but you could see that he was like kind of just strong arming the mom, and like even Ryan got to be able to tell that. Like,
I mean, he did. I mean, then he got tough with Homelander one time, pushed him, eyes started glowing and shit.
made that boy go, ooh, I like.
Yeah, right.
Sadly, Ryan, the one time he tries to use his powers for good, he zaps his mom in the process. But rest in peace, Becca.
Ooh, neck. That was crazy.
But see, that's an
That was
interesting
crazy.
thing that happened because it's another character shift for somebody who's like really slipping at this point. Butcher is like super slipping at this point in the show. He kind of slips further along, but like this is one of those moments that kind of brings Butcher more into the light than anything because he starts being a human again after this moment. He
You
takes
think
in
so?
Ryan. Yeah,
A
he
little bit,
takes in
somewhat,
Ryan,
somewhat.
and you know he at first he's doing the right thing by Ryan, and then he also even though Huey starts taking the Temp V with him, he eventually weans him off. Is working to wean Huey off the Temp V and not allow him to take it anymore and harm himself. You can see him trying to listen to people more. This was like the first step in Butcher, you know, trying to be a good person again. But Butcher just got too
I
many
feel like
demons in his closet.
I feel like his attempts are very much 50-50 because yes, he did try to wean Huey off that shit, but he also got the word early on, and then when he could have told Huey early, he was like, "We gotta get more V," and I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck, nigga?" Like, yeah, this
Oi,
thing
oi, don't be a cunt.
crazy.
I need a
like,
I
like,
need a count on how many times he says cunt throughout the whole show. I need
oh,
one.
for real?
Cause I know that motherfucker says that shit like 3,000 times.
Oh, I thought you said I didn't count. I was like,
Oh
for
nah,
real?
nah, hell no, I ain't do no count, bro. He says that shit more
Like,
times
what?
than I can blink in a day. What the fuck?
Like, yeah, bro, yeah, that shit was
But yeah, you're
crazy.
right. Like there is some half halves to it, but like he all at the end of the day, he's a piece of shit. But why do you think these guys always go back to him? Is because he's a piece of shit who doesn't try to leave his people high and dry, but if he feels like it's the right thing, he'll do it. And at the end of the day, it
You gonna do
normally
it.
is the like the decision to make. And he's just lucky that things go the way they go, and the people around him don't keep dying as right now.
Yeah, nah, they definitely lucky he ain't walking out with more bodies because they be escaping some shit, bro.
Like
Kamiko and Frenchie be escaping some shit.
I don't know how Frenchie be getting out. I'll be so nervous that Frenchie's gonna die, bro. Like,
Like, yo,
no,
for real,
not
he's not
here.
a
It
super.
can't be here. No. He got shot in the
Like,
leg,
he's
and
not
I
a
was
super.
nervous. I was like, no, don't die, Frenchie. I
Yeah,
like him and
yeah,
Kimiko, man.
Kamiko. Shout out to her. Shout out to her because she's a good character.
Then they had the nerve
She's
to
a good
pump
character.
fake us with her talking just to give us that shit ass musical scene.
Oh yeah, that shit was embarrassing. That was crazy. I
And then
fast forward
and
that.
then they want to really make her talk at the end of the last season, bro. What? Like, oh, she really is talking right now. All she can say is
No.
no. Yeah, all she's saying is no. But
You know who those people were?
new members of the Seven or those other people that was in the room when they were talking, I think they're recruits for the Seven, if I'm not mistaken. Those are
That's
the people
why
from the Gen.
I
Those are the people from the Gen V, right? Yeah, because I seen it on that report. That's why I was saying that. Because I know the I said it like that because I know that they showed that report that those people were
well, I mean,
missing after
honestly,
the
they probably
college
are
thing.
recruits for the seven. I don't know. They probably are
Yeah,
recruits for the seven. You probably did.
so I kind of just figured that the Seven was like getting in touch with them. when they showed that the
Yeah,
seven word looking at that. So I just took it like that, but I kind of figured it was the Gen V people also. Like I just didn't leave with that. But okay, so when I
yeah,
go
yeah.
watch Gen V, I'll actually
Okay.
see who those people are. Got you.
Yeah, that was pretty. The dude who they showed there is like mad powerful. Like that nigga could rival Homelander, I believe so. Um, or was it his brother? It was either him or his brother. Like they like on some like Homelander level, but I think his brother was like the level-headed one, and
Hmm.
he's like the out of control one.
He
You
looked
know,
like
but
he looked like a
yeah,
bad guy. Honestly, when I seen him right there,
yeah.
he got like
Matter of fact,
the dark background, red glow. I was like, ooh, you a bad guy.
yeah, the place where they went to get like the temp V the virus, the
Hmm.
soup virus. And remember they was like in some facility and it was all like fucked up and shit like that. It was fucked up because of what happened in the
In Gen
show,
V.
the Gen V shit.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and he was in there.
So
He
I'm
was
gonna
locked
watch
up in
that
that
soon.
shit.
I'm gonna watch that soon.
Yeah.
He's not part of the group that was in that hospital when the chick that like can
Nah,
crush things with her hands, right?
I like her though. I like her though. I like her though.
But not the
That
same,
she was
not the
dope.
same
She's like that.
facility, not the same facility.
Yeah. Not the same facility. Nah, nah, not the same facility because yeah, that's a different facility. But they yeah, you're gonna see when you watch Gen V, he's in there with a bunch of other people and they get busy too. They get
You
busy. Yeah,
know,
they get busy.
I was liking Stormfront until I found out she was a Nazi.
That's gonna be my next day. I was gonna say, let's talk about Stormfront in season 2.
I was liking Stormfront until I found out she was a Nazi. She was talking shit. She was making Homelander question himself. She even started getting inside his head, and then they said, "You're a Nazi," and I was like, "Oh, piece of shit, aren't you, hey?"
Yeah. And you know what? I was even still like out. She was okay as just a regular racist. I knew she was a racist, of
You
course.
could
I'm like, all
tell.
right,
Yeah, you
whatever.
could
It's a
tell.
racist.
I was like, "Fuck, it's
Yeah.
funny. It
But
fits
no,
the show."
whatever. Like, yeah, I was like, it fits the story, whatever. It's cool. But
It's
once
the
they went to
boys.
Nazi, I said, oh man.
At least she don't
I said,
exist in
oh
real
man.
life, right?
Right? Yeah. But once they went to Nazi, I said, oh nah, yeah, this bitch is done. She's doing too much.
And it's
You're
funny because
doing
this
too
all
much.
ties into like the A train getting kicked out and the Deep getting kicked out and them being in the Church of the Collective and all that, which is literally just them playing on like Scientology or some shit. So I think we said it the last time that the fresca had to just be a symbolism for drinking the Kool Aid, right? Like it just got to be symbolism for
Yeah,
that.
basically. Yeah. It was wild because when Brian killed his moms and he shot his mom in the neck, he was we know he was aiming at this chick, Stormfront.
Hmm.
But the way he left her burnt up like that was crazy, bro. Like
Limbs missing
what
and
the
shit.
like I was thinking like I'm like, did she like okay, so he clearly laser beamed her ass. Like
Remember,
all
and
of it, like
Homelander
done.
did this. They painted the picture already that Homelander did this also, and she was eating it.
Like, yo, that okay, so that what's crazy? That's what I was about to get. That's exactly what I was about to get at. Because I was about to get at like he obviously gave her the Cyclops glasses off type of beam
Mega
because
beam.
she was done. Like, yo, she was done, bro. Like, but I'm like, all right, she's able to take Homelander laser beaming her titties like at full like face to face. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, is this little nigga one, I just wanted to point out that he left her shriveled up. That was funny to me. That was funny. But now that you brought that up, though, I'm just like, is Ryan like that? Is Ryan really that much stronger than Homelander? Like on some shit, like, or was Homelander just not on some like? Was he like holding back? Was he
Maybe it's
Cyclops with the
because
glasses on?
maybe it has something to do with him being naturally born, because he is technically the first natural born soup, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
basically, yeah, yeah.
because Homelander's a test tube baby. Soldier Boy is um soldier serum basically, so super soldier serum basically.
Yeah,
So and that's a crazy family lineage to be in, man. Like Soldier Boy, Homelander. Ryan. Ryan in that commercial when he mushed the dude and he went way too hard mushing the dude.
Whoa, what happened? What happened? What happened?
Wait, you don't remember when he was doing the hero trick or whatever it
Oh,
was?
oh,
Oh, when I mean not the
oh,
hero trick
because
when he
they
was doing the fake
practice.
save in the commercial thing, and he pushed that dude because he told him push me like I can take it, and then he pushed him mad hard into the building like a block down.
That was crazy. But the crazy thing, I'm like, why he do that for? Because they practice. They practice wild times. So why would he do that? Like, why would he do that for? Like they practice for a
That
reason.
boy
Like
Homelander was in his ear like, do it, son, do it, push.
Ryan looks mad uncomfortable, like in every scene I see him in, like in season
Well, it's
4.
because
He looks
Homelander's
very.
fucking watching him like a hawk. I'd be uncomfortable too. Shit.
The only time he doesn't look uncomfortable, is the end scene when he has Shorty smacking the director.
I don't think he
She was
means it.
fucking that nigga up.
See, he said, I don't think he means it. I want you to smack him.
Like she was whooping his ass.
I mean, before the thing happens, he looked very comfortable around Butcher and Mallory Grace, and then he pushed Mallory into a wall and broke her neck.
Oh shit, he did. I saw that coming. Like I saw
Yeah,
that coming. I was
yeah.
watching
When
it,
they
no
were
lie.
pressuring him, I'm like, this
I
is
was,
not gonna go
yeah.
well. Like, you really
As
think
soon as she
pressuring
stepped
this
in front
kid?
of him and stopped him, as soon as she stopped him from leaving, like physically, I was like, why would she do that?
Like, what are
Like that's
you
like
gonna
walking in front
do?
of a train.
Yeah, like you think this kid that Homelander is like influencing, who's probably mentally unstable right now. You think this is the best thing for you to be doing right now? You should have been telling him, go ahead, leave if you want, leave if you want. They
You
should have been.
not remember the raisin Nazi bitch that he left on the side of the road? Like he just shriveled up Nazi bitch that he did. Like
You
I
know,
would keep that in my head all the time and not mess with it.
if they could have learned something from Francis in Welcome to Derry, this was the perfect time to use his trick and be like, hey, you're free to go. And think that something was gonna happen because they would have got away with it
I
this
would love.
time.
She did that to herself because she definitely would have been
Yeah.
alive if he
Even
just
Butcher
walked
was
out
like,
like,
"Yo,"
well, let him walk.
Butcher was like, "He don't want to do it. Let him go." Like,
She told us, no, so you gotta do that. That nigga, he don't want to fight,
I'm
bro.
not gonna
That's what now
lie,
you dead.
that
My
is a
whole
big
neck
thing to
hit
have
that
to
shit.
deal
It's
with.
crazy.
Yo, that shit was just poking out, and then Ryan kind of was looking at her like, I don't even really feel bad about this.
What's the line Homelander say?
They're
Toys to
just
be
toys.
played with.
Who cares if they break? Yeah, yeah. That boy
That's exactly how
Homelander,
he felt with me.
not the best dad to have, man. But he was also manipulated all his life, so he doesn't think straight either. Let me think. What else is going on here? We talked about Stormfront. Yo, they
We
had
got
that
season
whole
3 with
episode.
Arthur
They
Brady.
had that whole episode where they were just going around killing bad guys and smashing. He
Oh,
killed it.
oh,
Homelander crushed that one dude's skull,
yeah, that was crazy.
bro.
Yeah.
Anytime I see somebody one on one with Homelander, I'm in fear for their life, and I don't even gotta like that character. Like when the Deep is by himself with Homelander, I'm like, oh, the Deep, you might die. Anytime he does this and puts his hand on somebody's shoulder, I'm like, bro, I'd piss myself.
I see A Train and Homelander like Superman and Flash, right? And I always be
Basically,
like, and myself, and I always say to myself, well, Superman can't catch the Flash. So I always be like, why is A Train so scared of this dude? Like, I
he
would
had a
have
heart
been out of
problem.
like, Homelander never catch me.
He had a heart and drug problem.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was a druggie. I forgot.
Yeah, yo, but when I see these people with him by himself,
Nigga
like,
had
come on, man.
no. He having like heart attacks and chest problems the whole fucking every season and shit. Shit
Yo,
crazy.
if you were behind the scenes seeing all the shit that Homelander was doing, you tell me you're not shitting yourself if you're one on one with him and he puts his hand around your like neck shoulder area, bro.
I am, but that's the thing. It's either fight or flight. And if I'm A Train, I'm flighting every time. I'm out. You're not catching me. I'm like, done. Like, catching me. Like, yeah, I don't care how far I get. I'm gonna go have a heart attack over there. Like, fuck it.
I got
I'll
away
have
from
my heart attack away from
I
Homelander.
got away from
Away from
Homelander.
him.
Got away from Homelander.
I fuck it, man. Fuck it. He had him on. He had him doing wild missions, and every mission, like he was just killing. They were just killing people, like you said, like yo, just kill, like killing Janine's ex boyfriend or ex husband,
Well,
whatever.
yeah, whoever, whatever he was, the Janine, bro, clapped her.
Oh
He didn't
yeah,
even
whatever
do
he was,
nothing.
but
He didn't even do nothing. Honestly, A Train was actually innocent there. He didn't murder a soul. He was just an accomplice, not innocent. So he was an accomplice.
he just in the he dropped off the body. Yeah, he just an
Yeah, because
accomplice. Yeah,
exactly,
yep, yep, yep.
Black Noir V
Yeah,
two is the one who is a real murderer. He killed like two people.
that nigga funny as. Every time
Nah,
he
man,
talks,
I
everybody like,
hate Black Noir too, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I wish he would shut the fuck up. Every
like
time
it's
A
just
Train is
like
like, "Yo,
every
you're
time
talking way too much," I'm like, "Yeah, shut the fuck up, Black Noir."
niggas is like still talking.
No, Homelander was so sick of him that one time. He like mother, like see, like
Hey,
just stuff like that. If he sighed and took a long look at me like that, like I get why the deep is
remember
the
like
way he is. I get why the deep acts like that, bro. Because he could just snatch your head
let's
off
talk
your
about the deep.
shoulders.
Deep is the character. The deep is going through a character development too. Like he's like going from like straight pussy to like kind of tough. He's a little tough guy.
Because I think he's just over the shit, and the more that people remind him that he is a soup, and like it's not that he feel that he could take out people like Homelander. It's just he knows that there's a lot of people that are below him in power now. Like it's hitting him, and he's not looking at people like equals anymore. He's starting to have that mindset that Homelander has, because he knows it's becoming an eater get eaten world, a shark eater. Yeah, killer be killed world out here. So he's getting on the side of kill before I die. Um, him and A Train are like two different sides of the same coin. They're both like the kiss ass.
Definitely.
They're both the kiss ass.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
just A Train is the one who sees the wrong in what he's doing and where it can go, and is changing his ways. And the Deep is just falling deeper into it because he's like, I'd rather have a seat at the
Yeah,
throne
he's becoming
than
more like
die.
Homelander. Yeah, he's becoming more like Homelander, like you said. And A Train is definitely like not with the shits. Is A Train? Did he get outed as the leak? Yeah, he did. Yeah, yeah. Homelander know he was the leak and everything now.
Oh
No,
yeah,
yeah. So
yeah,
that's gonna
yeah,
be
yeah.
interesting.
The Deep is basically
That's gonna be
doing
interesting to
whatever
see.
he's got to do to have a position of power. A Train don't care about that no more. He cared about that at a point, and he just doesn't care about that anymore. So, and
Right.
A Train had much smaller aspirations than what the Deep is, because A Train just wanted to be cool. He wanted clout. The Deep actually is like trying to have like authority and shit like that. A Train didn't care about
Yeah.
authority. He just cared about being the fastest dude. That's it.
Yeah, he just wanted to party. Like he said, we're gonna lose everything. The cars, the house. Like nigga, all right,
And
calm
that's why
down.
his story goes the way it goes, is because his turnaround is realizing he was really chasing nothing. Ironic, because he's the
Yep.
fastest man in the world. I'm chasing
I
nothing.
love the fact that we had Will in that shit.
Huh?
I love the fact that we got Will Ferrell in in those movie commercials.
Training A Train or whatever it was they were shooting for.
Yeah, the fact that it's Will Ferrell, yeah, I laugh so hard every time I see that shit. It's still
He's
funny.
basically Kevin Feige for the Vought cinematic universe in their 1920 phases that they've been through already.
Yeah, that shit is. But he said, yeah, that we're gonna like explain excruciatingly, some shit like that. I
Yeah,
was
I
dying.
love when they have their little parody moments in the show when they're just doing weird shit like that. Like Tech Knight, the dude with the sex dungeon. That's Batman.
Oh, it's Batman?
How, you ain't noticing with an Alfred?
Nah, I didn't. No, no, I did. Oh yeah, he did have that little outfit. Yeah, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up. We'll get to that crazy ass part because that was wild. That
Ashley
was
be
wild. That was
bugging.
Ashley
Ashley
was
be
bugging, bro.
bugging.
Yeah, it's like she was saying some wild shit. I can't say verbatim, but it was sort of like I'm going to like piss and drag my some across your face. Like I'm like, what is going
You
on,
know, some
Ashley?
things get said in that show, and I instantly have to forget what was said because it's like, yo, that was crazy. That was
Bro,
fucking
she was saying
nuts.
some wild.
I can't
I
repeat that
remember
to
that. I
somebody.
remember her specifically saying she's gonna drag something across his face, and I'm like, what? That was wild.
She said wild shit to multiple people. She said wild shit to A Train at one point in her office. The Deep, I'm pretty sure. Like she be talking some shit sometimes, bro. So Ashley's wild, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie though.
Said
I
you
like
want
Ashley on the
justice?
screen though.
What
I'm not gonna lie. I like
happened?
Ashley on the screen because I'm bound to laugh at something that's gonna happen. Either one of them like belittling Ashley or Ashley just having a fucking tantrum because she's just over the shit. Like I'm gonna laugh at something that Ashley's doing. So
I remember she in pertaining to her area down, you know what I mean, her vagina and shit like that. She was like she said something. She was like, "Oh, it's getting swampy."
oh
I was like,
god, yo,
"What
that
the
shit
fuck?"
killed me. That shit killed me. I'm like, ew. I'm like, yuck. How about Black Noir V2 killing the wrong Ashley?
Oh, yo, that was
I
crazy in
felt
the
so
hallway.
bad.
Yeah.
I felt so bad. And then you know what I instantly thought about is that like just a couple moments later when they were talking about it, the Deep even asked, "What's Ashley's last name?" He was trying to prevent something like that from happening. He was like, "There's a million Ashleys that work here," and he was trying to prevent something like that from happening, and it didn't happen because he couldn't write down the last name. So he just killed an Ashley. And he was like, "Not that Ashley." Like
Yo, so what you think her powers gonna be though?
swamp ass.
Yo, you got, and you know what's crazy? And we gonna like I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna get to some of the other nasty shit. Um, they gonna do something like that. They're gonna give her some nasty ass power, like it's coming out her ass or her vagina. I know they are,
Nah,
and
you know
they
what
gonna do some
scene?
wild things.
You know what scene made me really uncomfortable?
The Spider Man, the shit, the spider, that shit was nasty. Oh my god, that shit
Yo,
was some nasty
you would think all those other things with like the dangler and the termite and all this other stuff
stuff.
would be the most uncomfortable thing. Nah.
That shit.
Web Weaver getting pressed by Homelander had me feeling so yuck. I'm like, oh. Like I'm like,
That
how is
was
he
yeah.
not
That was
I'm like, is this not equivalent to bleeding out or dehydrating yourself for him, bro? Like he is just all over the place, bro.
like that was just nasty, bro. Like I feel like that was the equivalent of shitting on yourself. So I feel like he was dead ass shit and break right there.
The Deep told this nigga Black Noir too that the original Black Noir used to get murder boners. What
Oh
the
yeah, that
fuck,
was
weirdo?
crazy.
Like these dudes are weird,
That
bro.
shit was everywhere, bro. Yo, nah. Oh my god. When the guy was into is her name Stormfront?
Which one? The
The
Lady Liberty, the Nazi.
Lady Liberty. No, 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 not the Nazi, not the Nazi. Now let's go. Let's fast forward to season 4, I think, when we bring in
Oh, Firecracker.
um, Firecracker. Oh my God, that scene when Firecracker is at the event and the guy who can split himself into multiple people.
What
You
was the
know what I'm
point?
talking about.
What was the
Oh
point?
my
What's
God,
even the point? Cause
why?
like I looked at this shit and I was like, okay, cool, cool. You know, this is disgusting. But what's the
Why
point of
did
the
they do
four
that?
extra dudes? What's the point of the four extra dudes? Was it not a like?
That was wild.
what's the point of the centipede behind you? Like, what's the point of
Yo,
that?
that was crazy. and then later on to have him fight with Pink Eye.
Well, like you had the pleasure, the dude that was pleasuring you, and then pleasure the dude that's pleasuring the dude that's pleasuring you, the pleasure the dude that's pleasuring the dude that's pleasuring you,
Oh,
dude that's pleasuring you.
it's,
Like, come on, man, you're
and you see
disgusting, bro. You're disgusting.
Percy and Kamiko, they didn't even like they look. They automatically they was like, oh no, they just backed up. It was no going in there to fight. It was nothing. Like we don't have nothing to do with this.
I'm watching that
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 was
scene
weird.
like this. I'm watching that part of the show like this.
Yeah, that was crazy. And the way they did it so fast. Like open the door. It was no. It was like it
So
was no
casually.
like yeah. And then it was just right there. Like boom.
Well,
Like
Frenchie really can't
you
talk because
had
Frenchie is obviously also a nasty man himself. So
yeah, Frenchie everywhere. Frenchie everywhere.
yeah,
He gotta slow
that's
down.
the one thing that pisses me off about Frenchie is that Frenchie is everywhere, bro. Like but it just shows you how fucked up Frenchie is in the head, though. Is that he needs always he's also somebody who always needs to be latched on to something.
Yeah, yeah. That leash that they associated with him, I think believe in season three
Little
with the lady.
Nina, little Nina.
Yeah, with little Nina. That is very powerful. That's very it's metaphoric, but it's very powerful pertaining to Frenchie. He definitely needs he needs to be
A
on a
handler.
leash and needs to be yeah, he needs to be guided. Like it's wild. And if not, then he's really a dog off the leash. And he's doing whatever the fuck you know what I mean? So that's crazy. Yeah, yeah, man. Frenchie wild, man. He a wild boy. Killing that man's family and then
And
sleeping with him is wild.
yeah, like Frenchie
It's
is
wild,
a
bro.
nut, bro. Like Frenchie got some real problems, man. But when he's around Kimiko, it's okay. It's okay. I don't care about none of that when him and Kimiko are together. Mon care. I like when he's calling her that and stuff like that. I like
Yeah.
their story. I like their story.
They're a good team. They're a good team. Yeah, I liked them. I liked them.
I
I
liked how
liked
they
them.
started it off with him
Twilight.
trying to break her barriers down and stuff like that and gain her trust. I like that part of their story the most. But I like to watch them develop. They're definitely my favorite. I like their relationship more than I like Starlight and Huey.
Yeah, Starlight and Huey's relationship doesn't really interest me too much. And I think because I thought it was really going to just be Huey manipulating her, or kind of like being friends, but then like going behind, still doing what the boys had to do in season one and two, so like using her, whatever. And I didn't think it was gonna be like all of this, like, but their relationship is not even interesting. Like, I don't think it's an interesting part of the story, honestly. Like,
Yeah, but you know who does
it,
have some
well,
weird
I'm gonna say
relationships?
this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Hold on. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let you say that. I'm gonna say it makes it interesting when the soups go after Huey. Like when Homelander was like this fucking guy again. Like what I'm trying to say. Like
He was so fed up.
it
The increasing levels of fed up that Homelander gets as the show goes on is a fucking trip, bro. Like he be just like, Ashley,
yeah,
get
nah,
out of here.
he's gonna go crazy in season five. So yeah, that's the only part I say like that makes them interesting. Like when they target Huey and it's like Starlight has to intervene or vice versa, whatever. But you can say what you're gonna say. My fault.
Nah, because I was gonna say who has some interesting slash weird relationships is our boy the Deep and his dolphin that he was trying to save failed. His first octopus that he was doing the thing with that was a boy octopus and he had to eat. Uh, then he got the new octopus Ambrosia that he's like trying to protect that he's like in a relationship with. He had the weird cult lady that was in a relationship with. He also had the weird lady who wanted to finger fuck his gills, like the DB and some weird shit.
That was nasty. The
That that
girls talking
that
was
was
nasty.
another scene that was very uncomfortable to watch. I was like, ew, ugh. I was like,
That
why is
was
she getting
crazy. And
off on?
then
I was like, why is she getting off on that? Ew.
it was like double. It was both of them. It was it was her digging in the gills, which was disgusting. And then it was like the gills talking by themselves. Like I had to fast forward every time
Oh,
they
when he
talked.
was on the
I fast
Fresca,
forward.
when he was on the Fresca, yeah.
I couldn't take it. I don't know what the hell was in the Fresca, but
He was definitely
The
tripping then
that
because the
I
Gills
feel
have never don't speak no other time other than when he was in the Church of Collectives. So that was definitely just him tripping the hell out.
but that was some nasty shit, man. I was like, yeah, that they could have. That was nasty, nasty. Yeah,
Yeah,
nasty,
the
nasty, nasty.
deep
This show has a
the
lot of
deep really be like getting into shit. See, that's one of the moments where Homelander's a sicko, bro. He knew that was Homelander's Ace Boon Coon, the octopus, and he made him eat that octopus.
that was funny. I was fucked up.
Like he
He's like,
swallowed
oh
my
my
man
god, it's
whole. He was
crazy.
trying to swallow him whole, but like, what was that gonna do, bro? Like,
That was crazy. Yeah, that
I
was
felt bad.
wild.
I felt bad
Yeah,
for my man's right there, though. I'm not gonna lie. I felt bad. He had to eat his friend, and he got forced, or he was just gonna get zip zapped.
I wonder what takes to kill them. Like, do you have to blow all of them up or something like that? Because when Starlight hit the deep with like she was fucking them up, remember? Boom, 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 and then she hit him with like the fucking the manhole cover. Like she hit him with like that, like boom. I thought the deep was dead. I was like, okay, he's done.
I mean,
But then the
he's
next
a
scene, he was
durable
like,
dude. He's a durable dude, man. Black Noir took
no,
a
no.
big old
I mean, I mean, they
Gatling gun.
all are. I just figured like I figured like when it's like soup on soup, I thought like something like that. I'm like, okay, he probably died. But I can understand like the humans having to blow them up. But I'm like, damn, what does it take for the soups to kill each other?
I
Like, them
think she
niggas
would
is
have had to
crazy. Well,
go and hit
besides
him multiple
Homelander,
times. I think she would have had to hit him multiple times for him to die from that. So, like, try to
it
crush his
seems
head
like the
type
only way
shit.
to really kill them is to rip them apart or blow them up.
Kind of, sort of, for most part, not all of them. I'm pretty sure like, think about it. Sage can get shot in the head. It's just that her brain regenerates. So, like, you just gotta find heroes who don't have like durability or regeneration, and they can die easy.
Even Ezekiel got ripped apart.
Yeah, but that's because he was like elasticy, and Butcher didn't even know he did that. Like, so, at first he just broke him apart with the freezing his arm and then breaking it. So I'm pretty sure there's different ways to kill heat soups, just depending on what the soup's abilities are. Because to go to your point, Victoria Newman was also durable too. Remember, she got shot in the head by Butcher. That shit just bounced around.
Oh, yeah. He was right there, point blank.
Mm-hmm. 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 And I
Like
mean,
they literally ripped her apart. Like he couldn't do anything
I
else
would
to her.
assume majority of them are durable like that. I would assume most of them. Like, I don't think we really see Annie get shot like that, like a Starlight. Like, I don't think she just takes bullets like that in the show yet either. So,
He's mentioned to be bulletproof though. I think in season one they mentioned like one of them mentioned that to A Train or one of them they're like you're fucking bulletproof.
I
Like
mean, A
she's
Train
mentioned
ain't
to
even
be bulletproof.
bulletproof either. His leg broke pretty easily. Annie had a heart problem. Like, what the heck? He ain't that
Yeah.
durable.
He,
But I
he
think
definitely
season
I mean,
three is where the show actually starts getting really good. Like, the show is like solid at first, and it's entertaining. But I think the show actually starts getting good like halfway through season three, where you start getting the plot point of like Victoria Newman is exposed as the head popper, and Huey feels betrayed, and then they find Soldier Boy and all that stuff, and then the Temp V gets introduced. I feel like that's where the show like starts sprouting wings and taking off.
Soldier Boy is just like some souped up druggie
Yeah, he's
that they
just an
all
old drunk.
hated.
He's just an old drunk from the fucking 40s.
Nigga said the Cosby. He shouted out the Bill Cosby. That was funny.
I'm trying to think. When was the last time he was around? Like 1970. So was the Cosby Show even around? Like, how would he know that? Like, how would he know that? He must be talking
But
about
he said
something
the
else or
Cosby.
something. Like, what?
Hold on.
Like,
You think so? No, I think he's talking about. I don't know, man. We gotta look
how would
that
he
up. That's
know
something we
that?
gotta look up.
Yeah, like, how would he know that? And then
So,
we'll
I
shout
feel like
out.
he said the Cosby. That's the real man right there.
We'll shout out Soldier Boy because Soldier Boy is our good friend DC animated universe Batman. We'll take that. And he's a dude from Supernatural.
Yeah,
He's
you
the
did say
guy
that.
from
Oh, yeah, you
Supernatural.
did say that. Yeah, yeah, you right, you right. Yeah, shout
Yeah,
out to him, man. Shout out to.
we ain't never gonna
Yeah,
dislike
yeah, I
some
didn't know
Jensen
that. I
Ackles.
didn't know that. That's crazy. I didn't know he was a dude for Supernatural. That's wild.
Yep,
Like you,
Jensen
I think about
Ackles.
like and then when you say that, it comes right in my head. Line them up. That's funny. That's wild. That's wild,
Yeah,
man.
they introduced him. He went
Never.
back, killed all his squad, the twins. He didn't kill Black Noir. Homelander did. I wonder if
Yeah.
he's pissed about that. I wonder if he's pissed about that. He probably don't give a shit as long as it got done. The Crimson Countess, his ex girlfriend. They. I wonder why they. I wonder why they turned on him. I don't. I feel like
I
they
think it
don't
was
really
just.
give us a
I think
reason
it
on
was
why
to
they
make
turned on him.
room for Homelander. It was literally to make room for Homelander. I think.
Ah, yeah, yeah. Something. Somebody
Like
that they could.
remember they lined it up when they was figuring it all out. I forgot they was like the time he disappeared was the same time a super like they that other dude like Homelander was born or some shit like that. Like or like it
Yeah, it
was
was
like around
basically
the
to get
same
him
time.
out the way because he's not somebody that they could easily control, and they were trying to have somebody from birth that they could have an easier
Yeah.
time controlling and manipulating. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because it's like you said. It's like you said. I'm a human, like you said. Soldier Boy is the human who got the super soldiers, so he's already a wild human. Now he's just a souped up wild human. Feel what I'm saying? So well, we can't market him. So let's get his blood and his semen, whatever. Let's make something, which is Homelander. Now we got him in the lab. We could literally shape him how we want, which they did.
Hmm.
And now they got Homelander, and then Homelander went off and had a baby with a human, and now we got Ryan. So
Yeah. Fuck
that's how
Homelander.
that go. That
Thank God he's not real and he can't hear me because fuck Homelander. He'd be in my house in 2.2 seconds if this was real.
Yo, that nigga scared. Remember what A Train said to him? Remember what A Train said that? He said, fuck you. He said, what you say? That nigga turned around and said, what you say? You see me? But you feel me though? In that moment right there, I would have ran. He wouldn't have put me. Like I'm A Train. Like I'd have took the fuck off, bro. Like, what are you like? How you not moving fast right there, bro? Like I would have ran. Like I would have
Oh
ran.
man, got a blast.
Like, yo, I'd act like I ain't hear him, like I'm on a mission or something. Like
So
I just took off.
let me give a little credit to season two because I did claim that season three is where you get the first fight between soups, but I'm lying because you realistically get some little scuffles between before that. But the first actual fight is Stormfront versus Kimiko, Queen Maeve, and Starlight on the farm, and that was
That
a
was
decent
cool.
little
I
fight.
like them.
But I won't lie to you. I said it earlier. The show was kind of not slow, but just all right until the halfway mark. I feel like this show doesn't really get super solid until like episode 5 or 6, whichever one it is, where you get the Butcher, Homelander, and Soldier Boy fight. And I feel like the show just like it was funny prior. It just starts taking off and kind of gets more serious, and the stakes raise after that. I feel.
I could agree. I could agree, but I think at that point in the story, it was more like those fights, more superhero fights were called because they were like colliding. Like we have like more characters colliding. Like we had like all those characters that you mentioned meeting up at one location. You got Homelander, a souped up butcher, and a souped up mad ass soldier boy meeting up at one location. Like you know what I mean. And then you got MM in the back who's like I'm like trying his best and shit like that. But so and like it's
Oh,
just
you
at this
tried,
time
MM.
it's just a bunch of like meetings of like these soups, and it's really showing like the conflict between like most of them and like whoever has like the opposing sides, I should say, like whoever's on this side is really fighting that other side like that.
Well, at least we know
So I
MM can
mean
at
I
least
agree
beat
though.
up.
I think that was a good time in the show. One of my favorite fights, honestly, for me is I'm gonna say two. A Train versus Starlight. I actually like that one. That one for me was pretty cool. Wasn't like raw, but it was dope. You know what I mean? Because I think is that what she found that she could fly a little bit? I
I
think so.
forget. I forget if that's where she found that out, but I kind of like don't count it because I feel like it was like a short brief moment.
It was like it was definitely like a show. It was a show, but
But
I still thought it was cool to see
it's like
a
the
little
most
bit.
you get early in the show. Kind of some of the most you get early
Right,
in the show.
right. My second one would be when Starlight kicked what's her name again? Firecracker.
Oh, when she beat her ass on stage.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I like that. I just like how she just went in there and just did that because that was the whole violation. She violated the whole,
She
her
reported
having
the
a baby.
abortion, right? Yeah, craziness, bro. I would like
She
Starlight
went in there.
go handle
And,
that. Hey, I can't be. Nobody should be mad at Starlight for
oh,
handling that.
real quick, while we on Starlight, I like the whole thing they had with the scroll taking over Starlight.
Oh, having the bomb. Yeah, because they just have it in the middle of the episode. Like you don't even see the kidnapping. It's just you're
Right? Yeah,
going through
yeah.
the
It was just
show,
out of
and then
nowhere.
you
Like
find
it's
out
just
Starlight is kidnapped. You know, I'm like, oh,
it's not Starlight. Like you like what the
excuse me,
fuck?
excuse
Yeah.
me. And then she even
Oh,
pried her hands out of
that
that
was
thing and was
cool.
all tore the hell up. I was like, ew, your hands, ow,
Yeah, that shit was cool.
ew.
The
Like,
way the way they was going about it was definitely nasty. Yeah, the way she was doing it was nasty. But
hey,
the fact that they did it was pretty good. Like it was pretty good. Like,
well, I will say this in behalf
but
of MM. At least we know MM can beat up Janine's boyfriend guy thingy, well, dead boyfriend guy thingy, because he punched the shit out of that
oh yeah, he definitely did. Yeah,
dude. Rocked the hell out of him, boy.
definitely did.
I'm trying to think. Was there anything else that goes on in season three? I know Victoria outs Stan as a being behind the Compound V stuff, not being a. Remember, they were acting like they didn't know and they were researching it, and then Victoria's like, "No, those motherfuckers knew the whole time. They were pushing it." Um, what else goes on?
I had mentioned that whole the whole story between them that I like that. I really just like Newman as a character. The whole dynamic they had between her and Huey, um, her with Homelander, her with the stepfather. I forgot his name. What I'm talking about, the
Stan.
smooth guy. That like yeah, like I feel like and they had her in a good place in the story. That's why I was sort of upset like they killed her off, and I thought she was gonna be like something later. But and then you also see in Gen V, she plays she plays a prominent part in that show too. So it's like damn to have like after Gen V and then have season 4 come, then have see her die. But I was like wow, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of
Like,
understand like her like seesaw of events where she's like on one side and on the other. It's like pretty understandable when you actually look at it and what she's trying to accomplish. Because like she wants to protect her Soups, but like realistically, the main goal for her is protecting her daughter's future, and she feels like the only way to do it is by making her a Soup and then joining the side of the Soups, because it really does look like the days of humans being normies is like coming to an end, because they're either gonna get wiped out or everybody's gonna be getting some compound V at some point. So we'll see how that goes. Um, but yeah, I think that was an excellent character. Like I said, with the reveal, even when she killed that one dude who was like a CIA agent or some shit like that, when she went to meet up with Huey and all of them, like that first time she had popped somebody and nobody knew.
I
I'm trying
think that was her
Rainer or
friend,
something
no?
like
Wasn't
that.
that her
Yeah,
friend?
something like that. Rainer or something like that. The
Yeah,
chick that,
yeah.
yeah, that chick that Butcher was trying to make deals with and all that stuff. So she had popped her, and
Oh,
that was the first time that she
yeah,
got head
that was
popped.
funny.
Yeah,
Yep.
everybody got
That
down
was
there like,
dope.
oh
Yeah.
my god! Like little do they know that didn't help, bro. Because if she wanted to pop your head, y'all would have been dead. I mean, so I had to wonder why can't she just pop Homelander's head?
I've been wondering that the whole time.
But
I
you
was
want to know
wondering
what
that
it
the whole.
is? I think her powers isn't like she just like pops your head. It's like a it's got to be like something with heat or something, like where she like boils or something and you pop like from too much heat. Because that's got to be what it is. Because that's got to be why they point out that Homelander like was living in those flames in those extreme heats in that room, and that probably explains why she can't kill him. It's because he's lived through those kind of temperatures that would probably like prevent him from getting his head popped.
Oh, it makes sense because it gets too hot. Sometimes your nose bleed, and every time she uses her power, the nose bleed first. So she could be internally heating you up, yeah, until like the nose starts to bleed, like you get a quick nosebleed, and then it's
Pop.
a wrap. It starts to heat up so fast, pop, yeah. That would make sense. So like you said, Homelander was used to that was the danger. That was the bad room that we saw him in. That we talk about.
No, that's not the bad room. The
That had,
bad room was the other room where he left Barbara at. He put Frank in the other
okay, okay.
in the the heat room.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But I do remember him saying like, he was like redder than man, like crazy ass hot temperatures. So yeah, you're right. That actually makes perfect sense, honestly.
Bro,
Because
and what they
I was questioning, like, why don't she kill this nigga? Like, what the fuck going on?
and what they end the season with? Oh, when the Starlighter threw the cup at Homelander and it hit Ryan and he just zoop, zapped that boy head off and the crowd
Season
cheered.
3. That was, yeah, and everybody clapped and everything, and that was like that set him off. That was another like, you know what I'm saying? Like
He
I
said,
feel
"Oh
like
wait,
that was another like snap for him, like another switch for him. Like, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, I
Like I
like
was
that. Yeah, I like that." Man, I
like,
feel like from 3.5 onwards, like they just are hitting constant moments of like points of no return. Like almost every episode gives you a new point of no return for the cast. So like even Homelander with Firecracker, him slipping and regressing back into those like mama's good boy, all that stuff, drinking from the boobs. It's like just him lapsing in his own mental, all right, like even more. So
but then it also show like the difference because last time like he was definitely like more so like I say
brainwash,
yeah, like
under the
yeah, yeah, thank you.
influence.
Use what? This time, nigga, the bitch was coughing. He was like,
He said, "Get away from me.
"Get away from me."
Sit down there.
Yeah, yeah, get away
Another
from
seat.
me, bitch.
One more seat. You're too
You're
close
unclean.
to it."
Yeah, he wasn't like
She instantly
he
started
wasn't.
feeling bad about herself. Then she was like, "Oh, damn, am I a whore?"
It was wild because she's taking medicine and her heart is getting larger. So I feel like she's gonna die because of that. Like I feel like they're gonna play on that season 5. Like she's gonna die because of the enlarged heart, because of the drug she was taking for Homelander. I don't like that. That's fucked up.
Died faithful to Homelander, man. Weirdo shit.
Yeah, she's definitely. So how do you think they're gonna kill her, man? What do you think that? How do you think they're gonna kill Homelander? Do you think they're gonna kill Homelander? And if so, how?
I'm gonna guess Ryan's killing Homelander. I'm gonna guess that, like Ryan and Butcher or something like that. Maybe Soldier Boy comes back and decides to help. I don't know. They're gonna need a lot to kill Homelander. It ain't Starlight, I'll tell
I
you
feel
that
like,
much.
Do you think Booker's powers that he has, those tentacles coming out of his chest, could subdue Homelander?
I don't
I
know,
mean,
man.
they took Newman and kind of like twisted up. Do you think he could do the same to Homelander? Twist him up like that?
They're making a virus for a reason. I'll tell you that, man. They kind of think no power can deal with that. They don't think any power can deal with that. They're just getting a virus for that shit. They say, yo, we can wipe away all the soups. And see, that's like the big thing right now is that like you can see Butcher doesn't want to lean toward that route of killing all the soups because now he sees soups as not just these evil people because he's got people like Queen Maeve that he's dealt with, got people like A Train who are helping out, Starlight who he's dealing with, Kimiko who he's now got a work relationship with, and he's like all soups ain't bad, so I don't want to kill all soups, but the road he's put himself on is a road that leads to killing all soups.
All soups.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
not
yup,
even
yup,
like he's
yup.
just getting on this road. That's the road he's been paving the whole time. Is that it's gonna eventually get here, and now that it's getting here, he's having second thoughts because of Ryan and stuff like that. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that goes because he's really losing his mind, losing his memory, and his boy Negan, aka I'm not really here, Kessler, is doing a number on his brain.
No, something. Like I may have missed it. Maybe you watch these things more in detail than me. Was that guy ever real?
He was at a point, but he died like before we meet Butcher. Basically, he's like from one of the stories that Butcher tells. I think he told the story on camera and like he explains it, or somebody tells it, and he left the people. Like maybe Mallory Grace tells us the story. So we just probably don't connect it until that moment comes up where he exposes that he's not really there. Because we're just like, oh,
Mm.
he's meeting a new person, this, that, and the third, and we don't really go like, oh wait, is that the
Bro,
guy
they
from the
did that
story?
shit. They did that shit so well. I ain't gonna front. They did that shit so well. I was confused. I
Yo,
was like, wait.
when he looked over at Becca and said, "Will you shut the fuck up, bitch?" I was like, I was like, no way. I was like, no way. This dude, he's been one. I was like, you motherfuckers. I was like, wait. So
Like, yo, they did.
my brain instantly caught that this was a figment of that. I was like, he's a figment of Butcher's imagination. Also, I was like,
You know what?
wow.
I did. That's why I asked you the question, bro, because I honestly didn't catch that until, like you said, until they make it apparent that he's not talking to anybody. But before, like, I don't know, he came in, he hugged him, he had the conversation. I'm thinking all that shit real. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I'm like, did
And
I
then they
think?
show
I'm like,
Samir looking
wait,
at him
bro,
like, oh my god, this nigga talking to himself.
like,
He's
yo, that's
talking to two
crazy. I'm like,
people
that's
who ain't
wild.
there. They chopped Samir leg
Yeah, but
off, bro. He bugging under this dude Joe Kessler's reign, bro. Like he took Samir leg.
yo, he
Yo, that
fucking did
episode
this.
was
He
crazy though with the compound V animals, bro, with the sheep and the rabbit and all this stuff.
That was dope. That was dope. That was dope. That was dope.
I would
The chickens, running through the nigga.
I would hate to live in this world.
The nigga was busting the chicken in the head with the gun. That shit was not dying, nigga. The nigga was like this right here next to the chicken. This shit was just.
If like you die and you wake up in like a new life, just don't put me in a world that's like that, bro. Like just don't put me
Yeah,
there.
not where the sheep can fly and like they wilding the fuck out.
Or
Like
make me one of the
imagine
soups.
everything is.
Or at least make me one of the
But
soups if you're gonna put me there. Make me Homelander if you're gonna put me there.
imagine everything around you is carnivorous. Like everything, every animal, every
Constantly fighting
plant,
everything
every.
off, right? Yeah, just constantly fighting everything off.
Like,
Get
yeah,
off of me,
yeah. That's what that farm was like, bro. Like that's why them niggas is like in like hiding. Like
man.
everything around you is trying to eat you. That shit crazy.
Poor Samir, but I think we've already jumped into season 4. I guess we should just touch briefly that Newman
It's
is the
funny, we've
VP
been like going through the seasons, but like throwing
jumping.
like going back to season 4 and then mixing it in with the last.
Yeah, at this point now, we got Newman has already like turned on the government. She's like sided with Homelander and all this stuff, and they're out trying because we talked about the shapeshifter. The shapeshifter is out there trying to kill what's his name, Robert Singer. So,
Yeah, yep.
oh wait, I just noticed the guy that Deep killed in his pool was his vice president before Newman. Oh, I was wondering why they killed that dude, and I didn't connect the dots until just now. Remember when
I was talking
Homelander
about
first sent
the
that dude
skinnier
out?
guy,
Yeah, huh?
the little skinnier guy who was running for like
Yeah,
president or
yeah.
something
He
like
was
that,
like
right?
running for. He
Yeah,
was the
yeah,
vice
yeah.
president. He was the vice president, and they killed him so Newman could take his place. I think.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Okay, I got it now. But yeah, so she
Yep.
turned on them. She sided with the hero, with the soups, and she has now become an enemy of the state, which is not even an enemy of the United States because half the United States is for soups taking over.
Yeah,
Honestly,
really.
there's way too many scary parallels to real life and how like people will really choose like the worst situation willingly,
I mean,
willingly.
you can compare it. Just to give it a quick real life comparison, you can compare it to Israel and America.
That's what I'm saying. People will willingly pick the wrong side. It's like so quick. But to not get too deep into that, you know what question I got from season 4? Who the
What's
fuck was
that?
that? Who the fuck was that in the red latex in Tech Knight's dungeon?
Oh yeah, who was the other sidekick, right? I mean, he knew some shit though. He helped them out, but it was weird. Though. Who the fuck was that though?
Yeah, I know he's Tech Knight's original sidekick, but like, who are you? Are you just Latex Boy or something like that?
And it was wild because like that nigga, he was doing some freaky shit while watching them too. Like they kept cutting to him and the fucking on the side. He's just doing
I
some wild
seen
shit,
him,
bro.
I seen him a couple
You
times. I
feel
was
me?
like,
Like,
hey, you're supposed to be locked up, and this
I'm
is not
like,
a good thing.
yo.
He finally freed
You know,
himself and saved Huey and all that shit, but he ain't say not a word. I'm like,
shout out
what?
to Alfred for choking him at the end, man. He choked him in there. He said, "Camps." He's oh hell no. He said some shit I can't do. I done cleaned this nigga.
Nah, the way they tortured him, they say, "Oh, we're just gonna drain his bank accounts."
Oh yeah, yo, that was
He
funny.
started tweet. Nah, they said a
That
hundred
was
million
funny.
of Black Lives Matters, and he got
That
so tight.
nigga
I'll
started
tell you
spilling change.
anything. I'll tell you
He started spilling
anything.
change, bro.
Just don't give money to Black Lives Matter, please.
That is hilarious. That was hilarious right there.
No, yo, bro, that shit had me in tears. Like, I instantly felt like I shouldn't be laughing at this, but I'm laughing at this.
Nah, the safe word being Zelina
Oh,
had me
Zendaya.
on the floor.
Zendaya. Please do not
Yeah,
mispronounce.
Zendaya. The way he said it, he was like Zendaya.
I
He
can't
said
no
what?
longer say the
He
love of my
said,
life because my boy Spider Man is interfering with the play. But
"Wrap that up, man. He got married, man. It's a wrap for you, son. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Web
It's a wrap."
Weaver.
He said Zendaya. I said, "Oh man, that shit was funny as fuck." I was like, "Why would it say for a be Zendaya?" And he was like, "It's your favorite thing too." He kept saying, "It's your favorite thing too."
he remember you got to remember the character of Tech Knight was also a detective like Batman, so he could read like heart rates and stuff like that and tell signs. So that he knew it was he knew before he even asked it that it wasn't Web Weaver.
He had a cool ass. That's a cool ass power. Honestly,
Hey
that's a cool
yo,
power.
man,
I like.
he made this dude take his pants down and sit in the cake and get up
That
like
was
he
wild.
and get up like he had a shitty butt.
That was wild. And then he gonna tell me clean yourself, but then he said clean yourself off. Like, yo, come on, man. Like, what the fuck are we doing here, bro?
Yeah, Sister Sage, I was looking at her, I was like, oh man, it's nice to see a sister up here. And then she let the deep crack.
Yeah, she was wild.
I was very
She
upset
was
with
wild.
that.
She was like she when she was lobotomizing herself.
Yeah, so she can have a few moments of not being the smartest person and just feel regular. And so
A regular? No, the bitch retarded. That wasn't even a regular. She was very sure it's stupid.
letting the deep crack, you definitely retarded, bro.
Okay, man. Doing this wild
Whatever.
shit. On a bunch of wild stuff. Oh, let me see. I'm trying to think of what else. What else did we touch
I
on? What
think
else
the
we gotta
only
give
other
our
thing that is cool is A Train. Oh, when he dragged that dude Blue Eagle, whatever his name was, when he dragged that dude's face on the road.
fire? That was fire. That was a good one. That was a good one right
Yeah,
there.
because I think
Yep.
we really much touched on a lot of the points that have happened that actually like are meaningful.
I
I don't
mean,
think there's
yeah.
much more meaningful stuff going on. We've been rambling too.
But listen, we are not experts here to give our opinion, and we did exactly that.
Hey, we're
You know what I'm
covering
saying?
4 seasons here, man. It's gonna be a little longer.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to think if there's anything more important that we have to touch on, to at least for the story wise. You know what I'm saying, that we didn't mention.
What's your favorite
Oh
episode?
well,
Like I said earlier,
favorite
mine is the one when
episode.
Huey's dad got to go. When they killed Huey's dad, I thought that was a very well emotionally driven episode.
That was a good episode.
Yo,
That
he
was a good
ran
episode.
into that dude laying in the bed and then stopped
That's fucked up.
and blew the
That was
bottom
fucked up.
of that. He's like, what am I doing here? He ran
He
off.
killed mad people unnecessarily. And then that other person, he just Mortal Kombat that
Fatality,
nigga. Fatal fatality nigga took out his heart. I
bro.
said, damn man.
Yeah, Hugh had to get put down, bro. Hugh had to get put down. That was a really good episode, though. I would
My
say,
favorite
go ahead.
my favorite episode is when Um, Butcher and Soldier Boy goes after Homelander, but it's Butcher and Homelander who actually ends up fighting Soldier Boy.
Yeah, that was an
I
interesting
like that.
turn, right? Yeah, that was an interesting turn for sure.
Yeah, I like that episode. So they had a moment where they both did like a laser beam eyes, which I'm wondering if Butcher still has, because now he has these tentacles. But does he still shoot laser beams? I don't know. But
Yeah, I'm confused
I
on
was
how
looking at
that
a moment
works.
when I'm looking.
But
What happened?
maybe the temp V, like it's not necessarily just killing your brain, but like it's creating another creature. Because you seen even in that rabbit that had the temp V in it, something like that started sprouting
Yeah.
from the rabbit.
Oh, no, it's
It's almost like a
not.
fungi or some like other being starts inhabiting your brain, your body, or whatever it is. So that's even worse. That's even worse, realistically. But yeah, I
But
can't
yeah,
think of nothing else.
that was my favorite episode though. That
So
episode was pretty cool. Like,
I like we discussed, we won't get into like our actual like ranking ratings like we normally do. We'll give it like a letter grade because we're gonna just wait till season 5 ends and we'll give the overall show its rating. But from what I will say is something I have to reiterate from the last time. I can't let it slide. People, when this show came out, I remember everybody was ranting and raving about this show. The show is so good. Like I said earlier, I felt like the show was just all right up until season 3, episode 5, and been good ever since. But for all the rest of that stuff, it's just alright. Like realistically, the show is like less overhyped now that I'm where I'm at season 4. But I feel like it was just slightly overhyped. Like the openings of it was just overhyped.
right.
So
Yeah, I agree. I think people took the whole season one, uh, the surprisingness of it, like A Train run to a girlfriend, and like the bad soups and like just everything it being fresh. I think people was really excited about it, but as you said, this story is just very much okay. It's not like a great story, and then for me when you add all the like the vulgarness and all the penises and all of everything and the assholes, it's just you're really killing it there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm gonna
Mo
watch
just
it.
watches the whole
And
show going no homo.
if you pause,
Ayo,
pause, I got
pause.
pause everything. Every episode is a pause, and again, you get through it. You watch it for the first time. It's shocking. It's new. So it's cool, but it's really just okay. Very much okay.
Yeah,
Still,
nothing bad, but nothing to go crazy about until like somewhere in season 3 it starts getting really good. Like I said, I will say my favorite character is Huey. My least favorite reoccurring character is the Deep, but he's a necessary like annoyance in my mind, and he's not so annoying anymore. Like he's actually like kind of like evil comedy in a sense now, and I also like Ashley's character. I don't know why I like. I'm very much into like seeing where Ashley's character goes and if she cracks or not. Cause I feel like she's gonna stand up to herself for herself against Homelander, and now that she's got Compound V, it's definitely gonna happen. She's probably gonna get blown away before the season, before this show ends. Though.
I feel like anything her and the Deep are gonna get into it, and she's gonna fuck the Deep up. But I feel like that too. I feel like Ashley is the character who I'm
You
like
can't swim in these
Ashley and
waters.
Ryan.
You can't swim in these swamp waters,
Right.
deep.
I feel like Ashley and Brian are the two characters where I want to see where they gonna go. I want to see what the fuck Brian do if he gonna kill his dad or not. My favorite character would be um, it's like the team of them. So it's Kamiko and Frenchie. It's like they one team, whatever. But those
Yo,
are my favorite characters. What
it's getting
happened?
swampy down here. It's crazy. To say.
Yo, that was crazy, bro. When she said that shit, I said, "What?"
Nah, that's
And then fake
wild.
Batman talk about go back upstairs and replenish your juices. Like, come on, man. Like, get out of here with this shit. Yeah, y'all back to back was that was real crazy dialogue, bro. Them two niggas was wild, bro.
All right.
My least favorite character though, I would say is if I'm being honest, it probably A Train. Like A Train is he's he
Ooh, A
alright.
Train was my least favorite for a good amount of time. I'm not gonna lie. A Train was
But
fighting for least favorite.
right, like he won with me when he put on that African suit. He put that on, that was done. I
Yo,
said,
oh my god, that arc was so. Oh my god.
yeah.
No, but I said this during our technical difficulties, and I'm gonna bring it up again because I felt like this is a point that I need to repeat. And this, I'm happy because I didn't even think about it throughout this whole episode until now. But a person who, if they were still with us today, I think they would have been too old to play this character, but I could see in the role is Lee Thompson Young, the guy who played the famous Jet Jackson back on Disney. I think if he
Right,
was young
right,
enough
yup.
and alive, he would have been an awesome A Train. Because I can't say any of the actors are doing a bad job. They're doing their job. That's why the character's annoying because he's supposed to be. like, um,
Right.
but Lee Thompson Young probably would have been a cool fit look because like every time I see A Train, I just see it. I just see like some other version of Lee Thompson Young that's not Lee Thompson Young, and then I'm like, Lee Thompson Young should be in this A Train suit. I don't know why, but that's how I feel
A
about it.
Train definitely my least favorite, and I would say the Deep is definitely like right there too. And like I think they're made like you said, they're the two sides of the same coin, so they're made to be like that. So it makes sense that they are like my
The
least
kiss
favorite character.
asses. But to
Yeah,
get into my
basically.
rating for now, I think this show's a B. That's where I got it at.
Okay, I give it a B minus from being technical.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
think
B
this show
minus.
has potential to get a really good grade at the end, but I'll leave that for when the story wraps up and see how they end the story because they can bomb the ending for all I know, and then it takes a big hit.
Right, because it's either gonna go down to a C. We get like I'm just going off the letter grades right now. It's either gonna go down to a C. I don't think it'll go any lower than a C because it's a really solid or it's okay show, and or stay at a B, which means they're not gonna do anything wowing in the next season. Or if they go to A, then that means they did their job in
You
season
know,
5.
sometimes I have a hard time naming Homelander the villain of the show because sometimes I'm like, Homelander was created into this freak who would eventually implode, and it's almost not his fault that he's like this. But at the end of the day, he is the show's villain, and he's a super solid villain for the show. So you can see
It's just I understand, but he's a dickhead. He let that whole plane go down.
he
He didn't have
has
to do that.
moments though where he like really tried, like when he's dealing with Ryan, like sometimes he's way too
That's
aggressive
the
or pushes him
only
in the
time.
wrong direction. But you can see where there's like still a compassionate person, and there is just the way he's been manipulated, and now how he looks at humans who were manipulating him, how he looks at all the other people now. He just cares about soups, and if you're not
Yeah.
on his side of the soup, fuck you too. But at the end of the day, he's like, yo, we're superior beings. I want to look out for us, but realistically, I just want to look out for me and mine. That's all he cares about, really, is him and the immediate family that he feels he has. That's why him killing Black Noir was a thing because he was like, "Yo, Black Noir, you were the one that I trusted the most, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, and you ain't tell me nothing about my dad, and you knew about him." So he's an
That's
interest.
true.
He's really an interesting character, Homelander, because like you can see where he's just like some really just mentally off, not raised properly kid who's just doing what he thinks is right. So
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
this is like if the X-Men, if Xavier was more on the side of Magneto.
If X-Men, if Xavier was more on the side of Magneto.
But he was like, yo, fuck the humans. I'm joining y'all. We about to take over.
Okay. From that perspective, okay, got you. I was trying to think of what perspective you're talking about. Yeah. I know what you mean. But well, are you calling home Xavier?
You realistically, you kind of got to look at it somewhat like that. He's more of Magneto, but like you can be like he really wasn't this bad person. He got made into a bad person.
Guess he was made into it. Yeah, I guess
Because
that. Yeah,
Xavier is not necessarily. Also, you really want to be real about it. Xavier ain't the cleanest person either. He's just trying to make up for his past
right.
mistakes.
Yeah, yeah,
And
nah, facts, yeah, because he
he
was.
handles those kids kind of manipulative in his own way sometimes too.
Yeah, he definitely did. Yeah, definitely did. Definitely did.
So,
I mean, I feel like Homelander is one of those bad guys that, like, you know how you are with the villains. Like, some of them have good reasons for doing bad things. You know what I mean? And he doesn't really have a good reason, but
but you can see why he's looking at humans
you
in
can
the way
see
he
why.
does.
Yeah, yeah.
Like one, what do soups need regular normie humans for? Like, what do they need them around for? Nothing. And two, the normie humans who he was raised up by were manipulating, experimenting, and doing all this other fuck shit to him. So once he gets to that point that
And they
he's not like,
raised him to think. They raised him to be superior anyway. So
yeah,
he literally raised. So you know what I mean, bred
they
it to
didn't
be that
tell
way.
him to
So
think
it's
he
like they
was superior, but like they showed him he was able to do all this other stuff that humans can't. So he was eventually
yeah,
gonna think, I'm better than y'all. What do I? Why am I the one listening to you guys? Like, what the heck?
right. I
Ryan's
mean,
story.
if you don't really have to tell nobody that outright, but if you literally tell people, like telling somebody, hey, you're saving people, they're gonna praise you. Like you're gonna be praised, and like when it actually happens, you're gonna tell me I'm better than
Also,
you. Like you,
you got to remember, all most of the stuff that they were doing was manufactured. Like 90% of their saves are not saves; they're just scripted for TV things.
right? So they even pushing for the praise more. You got more actors and shit down there going hard now because he getting paid. So now it's really feeding him. Like now he really know. Yeah, they did that shit, man. They did that shit.
And Ryan's story is well, what he's got going on so far. He's very much a Mark Grayson slash Invincible story, where he's a kid with an overpowered dad who does a lot of fucked up shit, and he's got to pick between being that person that his dad is or being his own person and being a good soup. So it's gonna be interesting to see where Ryan goes down the road because
Ryan gonna
he
be
is
fucked
drifting
up.
down the
I
dark
feel like
side.
Ryan gonna be, yeah, Ryan gonna be fucked up, bro. I feel like if
Yeah, he
season
is
5,
drifting.
he might like in the last 2 episodes, season 7, 8 of I think it's 8 episodes, season 5. He might make like a 180, but I
His
think for the most part he's gonna be a dick.
his dad is not so much Omni Man, but he is got some similarities to Mark Grayson. Just the younger, you know. He's like what 12 or some shit. Mark is like a whole adult now. Like,
That's what makes me even think he's gonna be more of a dickhead because he's younger. He's more likely to just want to please his dad all the
and
time.
he's
Please,
easier
please,
to
please.
break. Yeah, he's easier to break at this age also. So it's a lot for somebody
Right.
his age to deal with. But I think that's that. I think that's episode 37 in a bag, you know. We did our thing talking about a lot of shit. We'll be back for season 5 whenever we are.
Yes, sir. That was episode 37, season The Boys, season 1 through 4. I'm Black. That is Sank, and we out
You're
of here.
Hey yo, make sure you do all that stuff you do on YouTube and all the other things like follow, subscribe. It's all whatever's free. Do that shit. It's free 99. Thanks. We'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.